Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, and today we're doing a special deep dive on one big story that matters for anyone planning to apply for U.S. citizenship. USCIS has announced the implementation timeline for the 2025 Naturalization Civics Test, and the clock starts with a Federal Register notice scheduled for tomorrow. Here's the headline. USCIS will return to a revised version of the 2020 Civics Test with a key procedural tweak and a phased start. The new test uses 20 questions drawn from a bank of 128, and you'll need 12 correct answers to pass. The English reading, writing, speaking, and comprehension parts are unchanged. The phase-in is tied to the publication date. USCIS says the Federal Register notice is scheduled for tomorrow, Thursday, September 18th. If that holds, anyone who files an N 430 days after publication, so filings on or after Saturday, October 18th, will take the new civics test. If you already filed or you file within the first 30 days after publication, through Friday, October 17th, you'll stay on the 2008 test. USCIS also notes one time-saving procedural modification for the interview. In plain terms, officers can conclude the civics portion once you've reached a passing score, which should shorten some interviews. Why this change? USCIS cites authority under the Immigration and Nationality Act, Sections 312 and 332, to design and administer the test. The agency also points to Executive Order 14,161, issued by President Trump on January 20th of this year, directing DHS to evaluate assimilation programs and promote shared attachment to the Constitution. USCIS argues the 2020 test was used too briefly to prove it created barriers, and that bringing it back, with a time-saving tweak, strikes the right balance between rigor and fairness. They frame this as part of decades of efforts to standardize and strengthen civics testing, noting earlier reforms dating back to the 1930s and 1950s. Action steps if you're eligible for naturalization. First, decide whether you prefer the 2008 test or the revised 2025 format, and time your filing accordingly. Second, study from the full 128-question bank if you'll fall under the new test. Third, watch for the Federal Register notice tomorrow to confirm timing and details, and check your interview notice to verify which test applies. That's the update, a clear timeline, specific filing dates, and a return to a 20-question civics exam requiring 12 correct answers. For more practical guidance and ongoing updates, visit visaverge.com and stay informed.